In this video, I'm going to show how you can record your barcode inventory with different suppliers in Excel. I was working with someone this week and they had many different suppliers supplying the same items. Now, each of the suppliers had obviously a different price. When they received the item, they'd have to identify who the supplier was. And the same thing, when they sold the item, they would have to identify who the supplier was. So let's go to my incoming. If I go and I type, for example, my 2222 as I was scanning it here, press enter, it says please enter select vendor. So you have to select the vendor before you do anything. What I'm going to do is on the last line, I'm going to select a supplier, and I'm going to select supplier B, and then I'm going to type in my 2222, and there you go. We have hammer, and it's a framing hammer, and we have received one, and this is the date and time that we received it. When we go to our inventory, we can see that from supplier B, we have a quantity of 1, so that is the one that's updated. Now let's go and sell this framing hammer from supplier B. So we're going to go to the outgoing, and what we're going to do is we're going to select a supplier, and we're going to say supplier B, and I want one of those framing hammers again. And so there you go. Our supplier B, we sent something out from him, and the current quantity is 0. So we go back to our inventory, and there is no hammers left from supplier B. So let me show you how I did this. The first thing I wanted to show you is on my incoming. I have supplier A, supplier B, supplier C, supplier D. And in my drop down, I have, if I scroll to this side of there, then I have these. Now, I have named this range vendors. And so this allows you to enter a number of vendors after the 4, but you can increase this by increasing the size of the range. The other thing is that if you had additional suppliers, you would have to include them with the next name and then the quantity and the next name. And let me show you how I do that on the code. Let me show you the code. So this is my code for the receiving sheet. Now, it has indicated the barcode is on the second row, the third column, and it's checking to see if there's a barcode. So if there's no barcode, then it exits sub. And so if it's not blank, then what you're going to do is you're going to determine the last row. Next thing it's going to do is check to make sure that there is a vendor in the last row. And if you haven't selected a vendor, then you're going to get the message box, please select a vendor, and then you're going to go to the end. What it's going to do is if you have a vendor and you've put a barcode in there, what it's going to do is it's going to search on the A column on the inventory sheet to see whether it's there. And if it's not, you get a message box not found. Else it determines the row number where this barcode is located. Now, for the vendor, we're telling it where it comes from the scan-in sheet. Now, vendor column equals 4. Now, for 4 to 16, and so that is how many vendors I have now. So if you wanted to increase this, this is only for 4. You would go to 4 to 400 if you wanted there. So that's where it's going to be searching for the vendor. Now what it's going to do is it's taking the vendor from the scan-in sheet and looking in this vendor row that we have on the inventory sheet. If it finds it, then it's going to add to quantity. So we're assuming that everything we scan in here is 1. And so now what it's doing is it's adding 1 to whatever the quantity is, which is the vendor name and the price, and then you offset 1 to get the quantity in there. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're copying the description and information from the inventory sheet, and now we're going to the sheet 3, which is our scan-in sheet, and we're going to paste special. And then we're going to put the barcode in the first column and the quantity in the second column, the total quantity in the sixth column. And now we're going to put the date and time in the last row in the 7 column, and this is the format for the date and time. We go application cut copy mode false so that we don't get rid of the marching ants. We go back to our scan-in sheet, and then you clear the contents of the barcode, and then the active workbook sheets incoming activate, and sheet incoming range C2, which is where the scan-in sheet key sub. So now let's go to the cell code, and the cell code is almost the same as the incoming code. It's asking you for the vendor, it's checking that there's a barcode in there, and then instead of adding the quantity to the inventory sheet, it's subtracting the quantity from the inventory sheet. I will, of course, include all this code in the description of my video. Please subscribe.